Hi everyone, welcome back. Thank you to all my subscribers for coming back, and if you're new here, thank you for stopping by. Today we're going to be talking about the story of Valentine's Day, and this is a small book list for Valentine's Day. So the first one is called The Story of Valentine's Day by Claude Robert Bulla. This tells a history of Valentine's Day. And the next book that I talk about also talks about the history of Valentine's Day. And it has quite a lot of wording. The other book, just simply called Valentine's Day Is by Gail Gibbons, does not have a lot of wording, and I'll show you that in a minute. But this has a really good overview of the history of Valentine's Day. We like the artistry in it, and at the end of the book, it has some ideas for some crafts to do. I like this idea of old-fashioned acrostic valentines. And then also they have a recipe for Valentine's Day cookies. So this one's a good one. If you're looking for another history book, this one offers slightly different variation of history, but also a lot of the same things. And again, it's called Valentine's Day Is by Gail Gibbons. And this one has more simple wording, less wording, and bigger pictures. And this is also a very good book. Talks about Roman times all the way up to modern times. And at the end of this book, it also has an idea for a craft, and it shows your kids how to make their own paper heart craft. So this might be good for following instructions, cutting and pasting, and things like that. The next book is more of a storybook form. It's called Valentine's Day by Anne Rockwell, and I like this because it talks about kids in a classroom who are friends, and they're all making Valentine's Day cards, and they're going to send it off. Their teacher sends off the cards to their friend who lives in Japan, and at the end their friend sends them back Valentine's Day, special Valentine's Day cards, origami. So I think this is great. You could teach your kids a little bit of how to make origami. And actually, my daughter had a really good idea. She came up with this herself, and she said, why don't we create a Valentine's Day box where the family can put Valentine's into the box, and then on Valentine's Day the family will open it up and share the Valentines that we have for each other. And I said, that is really great idea. And so you could do this with Valentines, but if you're not big on Valentine's Day, you could also just do like love messages and write little messages of appreciation or gratitude for something that you did with somebody in your family or someone you love. Maybe you guys watched a movie together, or you played Legos, or you cooked together. You can put all these things inside the box, and then on Valentine's Day, or any day really, you can share those messages of love with each other. And this is kind of what her box ended up looking like, and you can see there's already some Valentines in there, so we're going to keep putting Valentines in there, and we'll open that up on Valentine's Day. And then the last book is Valentine's Day Stories and Poems, and this is really more, I would say, for older kids. It has lots of longer type of poems in here, but there are some short poems that kindergartners could understand. I think this would be nice for if you do family time. Maybe the older kids could read it, or you could read it out to your family. My idea with this would be to read one poem, short poem, every day until Valentine's Day, or maybe just read a few poems on Valentine's Day. It kind of goes along with the theme of Valentine's Day, because if you read one of the history books on Valentine's Day, poems were created, well, not created, but people would write poems on Valentine's Day. So that's kind of a nice way to keep tradition by reading poems written by others. And so this does have stories in it. I think it'd be nice also if your kids could write a poem. Maybe if they're a little bit older, they could write a poem. The younger kids, like kindergartners, may have some trouble with that, but you could also help them write a poem. And yeah, this is all black and white. It has some nice poems in it. Not my favorite book, but just another idea for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Thank you.